Ciao tutti! I am so excited for you to join me on this journey of gratitude stories, where I gather stories of others who have had gratitude expressed face to face, how it's made a difference in their life. You can make a difference every single day expressing gratitude. Join me on this journey. Don't wait to express gratitude today.
Ciao tutti, it's me, Kristin Petrucci, and I have an amazing guest with us today, and it is Meghan McFall. I met Meghan at a networking event, and when she made a comment about how at her company they don't actually take resumes, they rely on people, I was absolutely floored, and I wanted to get to know her. And so I was like, you know what? I need to interview this girl. She is absolutely amazing. And I just want to introduce her that way. So, Meghan, tell me a little bit about you.
Wonderful. Well, I'm really excited to do this, to tell you a little bit about us and what we do. Our firm is Blue Ocean Legacy, and we are a hybrid in the finance industry, actually. And what we do is we actually are a team of registered advisors and licensed producers, and we actually meet with our clients on one-on-one checkups and then quarterly reviews and annual reviews as well, so that we can create a financial strategy for them that fits them, which is really, really cool. And like I said, we don't take resumes, because something that we learned a long time ago is that it's really important that we get to know the person. And one of the things that sets us apart in the industry is that we actually are very, very different in the aspect that we cater to a rapidly changing demographic. In the last 15 years, our demographic has changed, but the financial industry has not changed. And the solution is we've actually developed and trained women and minorities to use their talents to reach all of these communities. And so we have education-based programs in multiple different languages on those relevant topics that are so important. And one of the ways that we have been able to recruit our agents is by that word of mouth and sitting down and talking to them and getting to know the pain points of those communities and how we can use those skills in order to reach the people within the community that we need to reach. We've found our best agents that way, which is really, really amazing.
I love that. That is so powerful that you said that you've been reaching out to women and minorities and training them, because I feel like so many people have so much potential and all they need is somebody that believes in them and someone that gives them the chance.
So true, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I had to start a business because I didn't have really a resume background after being a stay-at-home mom for so long. And so
And
I was just like, start a business then. But you guys are doing it. You're giving people a chance. I love that so much.
yeah.
Thank you. So I want to know something. When you were, let's say, age 7 to 14, what is something that brought you the most joy?
Oh, let's see, age 7 to 14, I'll be honest, you could find me on the basketball court. I was a basketball player, and that's where I spent every single minute I possibly could. If you were to ask me what my grown-up dream was to be, it was to be an NBA player. I was going to be the first female on the NBA team. So that was my big dream and goal. That was before the WNBA, right at I think when I was in 7th grade, the WNBA came out, and I was
Uh-huh.
the women would finally get the chance to play on a professional level. But there was that small little tinge of me, the trailblazer in me, that was a little sad that I wouldn't be able to be the trailblazer, first female NBA star. That was where I was. That's where I found my joy, was on the basketball court, playing with the boys and setting that trailblazing mentality of I was going to be the first NBA player. So.
Cool. What position did you play? What was
I
your...
was the center, actually.
You were?
Oh, yep. I was 5'10", starting from about 5th grade, and I haven't grown much since then. I'm still 5'10", and I was center, and I took on that role all the way up as long as I played.
Cool. In the comments, anyone that's a baller, make a comment. I want you to comment about that. I also played ball for a long time.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was a guard, and I will always be a guard. I'm
You
super
know, I got it's that team dynamic, right? You know,
right.
I always
I
got off guard, and that's where I made the best plays. So we've got that's the best part. You've got to have that teamwork.
That's right. Well, another question for you is, what do you aspire to be?
You know, I think it was Matthew McConaughey that says that he aspires, to be, his best him in 10 years. He did a speech when he accepted an award, and that really impacted me. And ever since I heard that, that's what I've been thinking about. And so, what inspires me is to continue to be that trailblazer, to continue to be the best me I can possibly be. So I'm always chasing, the best me, in 10 years. And so I'm always striving to one up better. So I'm today better than I was a year ago, and in a year I'm going to be better than I was today, and that's my ultimate goal. That's what I'm always chasing.
Cool. So when you're 7 to 14, basketball brought you joy. And now what brings you joy as an adult?
As an adult, gosh,
Yes.
right now in this moment, I have a little nephew that was born at 26 weeks who's still in the NICU. And what brings me joy is the thought of holding him, which we have not done yet. And to be able to he really brings our family together, and something so small, and even though there's so many worries that go along with that, it really brings me together. But the other thing that brings me joy is what I call the small moments. And like, for example, right now, one of my nightly routines, we have extremely stressful days, and we'll go home and I'll go plug in my Christmas tree and turn on, the fireplace and sit there. And my business partner and I, Talia Hansen, we were trailblazers in the industry. We're in a male-dominated industry.
Mhm.
What we've done has not been easy, and it's stressful and it's hard, and the impact that we want to have on the world, and everything we're putting together, to just sit there in the quiet and reflect on what we've put together is impactful. And it's in those small moments that I find joy and realize that I've actually made a significant difference.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Find that a lot of times as an adult, we forget what brings us joy. And so I love that you find it in those small moments and being able to reflect on those accomplishments that you've made and that you are making daily. Um, well, how can other people help you? What is it, something that maybe you need, or something that where people could actually help you personally
Well,
or
our
with your business?
our business. Our firm does two things really, really well. We educate, and we network. We bring teams of people together. Something that we learned a long time ago is that as we collaborate and we meet with clients, whether it's families or businesses, that support system is really, really important. And so when we bring those two things together, it is a magic happens, right? So for example, we have workshops. We have one coming up in December that is buying your first home, and we have a collaboration going on. We might bring in a real estate agent, a mortgage broker, and a title company, where we come in and explain, how to prepare to buy your first home, and preparing your financial ends. And then the real estate agent might go through and talk about how finding your first home and how they can help you go through that process. And then the mortgage broker talks about getting your loan and what you need in order to do that. And then the title company or the title person will come in and show you the closing process and talk about the closing process, and go through the education process of that. And we collaborate and we work together to make sure that you're educated and you understand that process, right? And so the ways that we can work together is through those collaborations, but also in attendance of those workshops. They're all free. We do a lot of free education on all different levels, but also to get the word out, just have awareness of these education classes that we have, because knowledge is power, and that's what ultimately we want to do. Is we want to give knowledge and give that power back to individuals and families and small businesses. And then at the end, we also want the feedback. We want to know where the gaps are in the education. We want to know where we can give back to the different areas where we're trying to have that impact. And so those are the different areas where we definitely would love to have that help, and can also give back as well.
Okay, great. And how can people get a hold of you or find out about all of these different workshops that you have?
The best place is actually either just stopping by our office. We have a downtown location. We work out of the WeWork offices here at Gateway 6, or our headquarters is at the Lehigh at Innovation Point. Or you can call me at our main phone number, which is 435-512-1139, and get that list of ever-changing classes, because we're always adding to that list.
Okay. And I want to wrap up with one last question. And I want to know, when someone or in your life during your experience while you've been working has expressed gratitude to you and how that made a difference. And I would like maybe a specific moment that you can recall.
Okay. Well, our industry is more than, we call it more than just a handshake. We actually, it's a relationship building industry. And my personality is a very dominant personality. And part of that dominant personality is actually, it's a checklist type of a personality. I want to just get stuff done and get off the checklist. And I don't always think about the big picture. At least I used to not think about the big picture. But these days I'm doing more one-on-one mentorship with my agents and getting into the training. And recently I did a lot of leadership training with one agent in particular. And that leadership training had a massive impact on her business here, but it also, what I didn't realize was having a massive impact on her home life. I recently received a thank you letter from her, and it expressed the impact that it actually had on her marriage. It actually saved her marriage and her ability to work and communicate with her husband. And you don't realize the massive impact those small little things have on all the things in your life, that leadership and training, different things like that. And so changing that scope from the checklist to opening your heart and realizing it's a heart-based business, it's a relationship building business, and moving forward in how we plan our training, how we plan what we do, our activities, everything like that, because it is such a wide scope on what we impact and how we do that. And we're a family-based company. So
I love that. Is there a specific time when someone has expressed gratitude to you personally?
Personally, like face to face, I
Yeah.
get texts. My business partner, Talia Hansen, tells me all the time, and I'll probably cry if I go into too much detail, because she is an amazing woman, and I'm very, very lucky to have her working side by side with me. We're very much, she is a very much creative side, and I am very much the analytical side of our business. But she has told me multiple times how grateful she is to have me as her business partner, and the impact that I have had in keeping her in this business, because there was one point in time where we both were ready to walk away a year ago, because we felt very, as we had put it, invisible as minorities. And I think that that's why we've taken the stance as that we have on this industry, that we need to change the viewpoint. We need to hit these demographics so that they aren't invisible anymore, and that they do get the education and they do get the power that they need.
Thank you so much, Megan. I really appreciate all of your input. I think you don't know this, but you were my first interview, and I knew you would be the one that I wanted. And you surprised me with a lot of your answers in a very positive and good way. And you brought a lot of power and a lot of security in the reason for why I'm doing these interviews. And I want to thank you personally, because what you're doing for women and minorities is extremely important. And I also see the good that will come out of this interview, because what you've expressed is not just about fulfilling your passions and your desires, but also reaching the heart of people and being able to impact them, not just in their, daily lives at work, but when you impact somebody at work, you impact their entire life. And that's what I've seen in my own life. I have been a stay-at-home mom most of my life. I was greatly impacted whenever my husband was impacted at work. whether it was good or bad. And definitely when they had a good day, it was because somebody was there who said, you know what, you're doing a great job. You really are benefiting our company or something like that. And when someone believes in you and gives you that type of support, you are always willing to work harder and to produce something that's extremely creative, innovative, and very beneficial for everyone. And so I really congratulate you on your journey, congratulate you on your business. And if you want to reach out to Meghan, she gave you the phone number, but also you can look her up on LinkedIn, and I'll have all of the connections and information down below. And thank you so much for sharing your gratitude story with us today.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I've thoroughly enjoyed this time shared together.
As have I. Thank you.
Thank you.